Alright, cool. I think we're on. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, this is right now on this page. We're gonna just letter that at some later point, but we kind of need to make sure we have a few of these other pages inked. So let's do this one since it's kind of already done. Just turn the opacity down. New layer. Stay on G pen. And yeah, so so alright. Okay, you're getting to a good point. So this chapter is gonna be pretty fun, just because um we're gonna, I don't know who we is, but you know, just me right now, but we're gonna be doing sort of more like with each chapter I kinda wanna challenge myself to kinda do something that's different, like in terms of like the pacing, or in terms of like, actually starting out, I don't want the chapters to feel samey, you know. So I just don't want to get into a point where like I'm doing kind of the same thing. Sorry, I'm kind of incoherent, but because last chapter I got some reviews, and I'm not like saying this is like, oh, it's like bad or anything, but it's just kind of like a thing you want to take in, like some critiques you want to just take in. That like the the pacing was a bit fast, and I definitely agree. Again, the first chapter was sort of this proof of concept. I just wanted to make a comic, and I think I did for what I did. I think I'm proud of it still, and I definitely enjoy it, and people like it, so that's always great to see. But you don't want to be stagnant and get comfortable and just be like, I'll just do whatever I want. I kind of want to take like, oh, like, well, what do, uh, like, what do people actually like what they're saying? Like, look at, oh my God, I can't talk. Oh, people were saying about my comic. I want to take it as valid criticism and really like push myself to look at it and be like, okay, yeah, you're a creator. You have to kind of make for yourself, obviously, but also you have to make for other people. That's just the nature of what the job is. So I kind of really wanted to put myself with this chapter to slow it down a bit. So there's some scenes where it would cut to some like kind of very plot heavy like future um um uh my bad, I'm trying to think, very plot heavy like future in game sort of stuff that would be teased on, and then I realized, yeah, it's probably better to just sit with the characters a bit more because that's what's really gonna get people to enjoy the story. So I kind of wanted to just do that with this chapter. So there's a lot more like emotional stuff and a lot more. Oh my God, dude, I can't draw a head that I've already drawn. Dude, I literally already drew this. Why am I just like, what is this? Ooh. I just need to trace on top of it. It's already fine. Dude, how's this? Oh, my goodness. That. Okay, whatever. We're back now. Also, working on this comic has been really like good for like my mental health lately because it's not getting into anything too deep, but um um I've been dealing with kind of like a bit of heartbreak lately, and it's not really fun, to kind of have to just go about the world with all the same struggles, and the only difference is you're just missing somebody who's not there anymore, So it's been kind of rough, and some days where I definitely want to just give up on trying in life. But I tell myself it's as simple as going to sleep, getting some good rest, and getting a good shower in, like getting a good meal, like just those sort of things that just help. Um, Wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I guess about the comic and stuff being really useful. Yeah, it's been really good to have something to work on. It's funny. I think a lot of people, I don't know if this is just me, but I think this could apply to a lot of people. I think a lot of people really want like something to work on. Like in terms of like, oh, like I hate work. People are like I just don't want to work. Like I just don't want to work. And I get that sentiment because usually the context is I don't want to work. I don't want to work for a nameless, faceless guy who's making like 12 million times more than me while struggling and struggling and like not really seeing any not really seeing any like reward for it. But and I used to be like that way too, like very like just doom, like kind of like not giving a fuck, like, and that just bled over into every aspect of my life, like not giving a fuck, like, um, but then I realized I was still like depressed and I mean like more sad and more like bummed out about life, like to not be doing work, and I realized I don't think it's that people want to do not work at all. I mean, at least mostly, some people obviously probably are just like, I literally have no aspirations to like do anything, so that could be, obviously true for them. But I don't know, I feel like a lot of people just want to work towards something that actually benefits them or that enriches them or fulfills them, because I mean, I'm not gonna give specifics of what my job is, but sometimes you just like sometimes it's very much just like, what am I doing with my life? Like in terms of like I want to be doing something that's like cooler and different, and even if it's harder work, like this is so hard compared to like what I do, but my on paper job is somehow more official, like and that's always just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, especially when people kind of act as if like that is um how I should think about it. Like I'm like when it's like, and this is kind of just the thing of like you really have to like believe in your dreams and stuff. Um, um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm probably just sound a little tired because I am. So I'm kind of just running on fumes right now. Just trying to get this chapter done so I can go ahead and start working on three. And since three's gonna be out soon, um, since three's gonna be out soon, and by soon I mean next week, and three's gonna be my first paid chapter, and three's also gonna be um the fight, at least the first major fight. So it's kind of stressing me out a bit. Because essentially I have to just kind of like my um like lock-in chapter, if that makes sense. Like I have to make this akin to like a something like a Demon Slayer episode 3 or 19 from season 1, if you remember that one, the Rui episode. Um But yeah, you kind of, and honestly, I know it's not gonna go as like viral or something like that, but you know, at least immediately. But it's kind of the thing I'm shooting for. I think you kind of have to, you know, give yourself these goals, but also give yourself like rewards and acknowledge your accomplishments and stuff. So um that's pretty cool. Um Other than that, life's been pretty boring. I kind of feel like all I do is just work on this and go to work. Um, Sometimes I'd wish that I kind of had time to more time to kind of just like chill, but I I don't know, I just don't, and also I feel like I've like wasted a lot of my time, whether it was like talking to people and kind of just like putting everybody before myself, or just like not applying myself for like long periods of time, like years of like time. So I kind of want to I kind of want to actually like lock in for once, if that makes sense. It's like I want to see what happens when I do just pour like hard work into something, you know? If anybody's ever been there, that'd be pretty cool. Like, let me know. You get to a point where you're like, yeah, I'm just tired of being a chud. I feel like art's really important. Um, Not just for like success and like kind of bigger like, oh, to like inspire the next generation or something, but also just because like people deserve to make stuff. Like I feel like a lot of times I feel like people don't feel like they can make anything because they think they'll be judged for it, or they're kind of like, oh, like you know how the internet gets if you try to do anything that's kind of like um if you try to do anything that's like kind of different, it's kind of easy to be ridiculed for that. So a lot of people probably just don't think it's worth it to try, which I mean I get. I was definitely like that for a while. But then you realize that you just gotta live with um like you just gotta live with those decisions, like in a way where it's like if you know oh I was saying though that you essentially have to like live with yourself, you know, and I just got really tired of like living with myself and being like I'm not doing anything. Like I'm not myself, if that makes sense. So even if like this doesn't make me successful, I think it's still worth it just because it keeps you sane. Um, yeah. God, there's nobody here. But, I'm gonna romanticize that. This is like my days where it's like, oh yeah, I ain't got no views on my stream, but I kept going and now I'm the rich or whatever. Nah, and I'm just happy if I sell like a few books. I want people to read my story. Honestly. Sometimes, but you can't, yeah. Okay, let me do this real quick. So right now I'm trying to get some references for a few poses that are kind of hard. Also, this is another great point. If you're an artist and you like, oh my god, I gotta draw like a billion things to make a comic, trust me, I practiced a lot, so I'm good enough to kind of draw a lot of easier poses, just kind of by um just listening to my own like teaching with um anatomy and all that stuff. Like I've like read the books on it and like back and forth, so I kind of a certain level of knowledge about it. But um, a lot of times it is just like, yeah, okay, I need a character to look like they're leaning over in a sad way, like they're defeated, like in this panel right here, on the like the third panel down. Uh, but the prose isn't hidden right, and my anatomy's a little off, so I'm looking up um a reference because sometimes you just have to do that. Down, down goes another round, so we go down the moon on forsaken ground. He's a bastard, but he's just like me. Hey, hey, get out, out. Sorry. I'm sometimes a father to a dog, so when he growls at people at my window, I have to tell him to leave. All right. I don't know if I have a specific one on one. Be more sad, not like crazy. So, no, out. Ow. No. Yeah. Ow. Being bad. Okay. Let me clean up some of this drawing, even though I don't really have like I kind of let me see actually should I let me move my tab over. I kind of want to redo my setup, but I think the layers look good. I think it's going to get used to. I don't think I really need a color wood. Oh, actually, I kind of do. But it can go over here. I mean, and then, you know, I might put this two right here. Yeah, I kind of like that more. Alright, my bad, guys. Kind of just figuring out some stuff. Mother Mercury, look what they've done to me. I cannot run, I cannot hide. You know what's funny? I feel like Queen doesn't get the like the credit they really deserve, like the Trailblazers. Not saying that people don't think they're like already like a huge big fan band, because obviously they are, but I feel like nobody really like talks about how like trailblazing they are, you know, like kind of like the Beatles are, um, or the Beatles are talked about, you know. I feel like Queen's like so like ahead of the time. Especially if you actually listen to like their more uncommon stuff. Mother Mercury, look what you've done to me.
runs off. Bo runs all the way up to the cornfield, back to the silo for the beginning, and there's the car. But from there, we hear the reporter being like, "Help me!" She gets dragged up, and then the 12-foot tall corn monster tears her in half. Why did you just not tear her in half at the barn? Why did you have to do it? And he doesn't even eat her. He's just like, tears her in half, and he just like walks the cornfield. It's like, okay. And preface earlier also, fuckface kid also said that there's a gas leak. Foreshadowing. They put all their foreshadowing in that spot. So she starts to drive away out of the cornfield, and then the car dies. And then we find out that Eden's in the back seat somehow. She comes up and she has cattle and kills the cattle. And then she's like, okay, well, I'm going to kill you. But then Bo's like, no, I want a cigarette before I go. So then she gets out of the car. She's lighting it. So boring. So just kill him already. Bo takes her cigarette, and then there was a gas leak from the car, and she lights the gas on fire, and then it burns the cornfield. The cornfield gets set on fire, and then you see the barn explode, right? But it's thousands of acres of land, and not that much is on fire. And then from out of the cornfield, the corn monster is like on fire. He's like, and the girl's all upset.
Let me move the head back in a bit.
Oh, dang it.
I kind of don't like how
The cornfield together while it's on fire.
it looks from this angle.
The landscape is on fire, and all the children just kind of show up at the end. And then nothing happens. We cut to, it's a literal cut. Bo was in the burnt cornfield, and she sees Jay Leno's ring, and she like sympathizes. She feels bad for this like horrible little girl, but then she sees Eden's boots, and Eden's face is all melted off, and her head busts open, and this corn attacks her. There's just a lot of questions. The angry brother, there wasn't any resolution as he's just still angry. What happened to all the kids? Why is there no firefighter, even from a town over? Think about an entire cornfield, how much smoke that would cause. That would be national attention, or like at least like statewide attention.
So for context, this scene is essentially, if you read chapter 1,
it's not funny like that.
a character
Drinking or something like that. You want a movie that you can just like banter with. I think this is like a funny movie. It's very
a character kind of close to the guy I'm drawing right now, the main character Rick, told him that he would told him that he would essentially give him credit for. I'm about to crash out, bro. Oh my gosh. Give him credit for an act of heroism that he committed. But in this scene, he finds out that he didn't, and it's really important because in the context of this story, it's kind of like an X-Men dynamic where people like superheroes, but only if there are certain ways that makes sense. So it's like, and I haven't ironed out the world building enough to say that this yet, because I'm still trying to iron out if I want it to be, if I want the emergence of these more kind of abstract powers as like a new thing, or if I want it to be like or if I want it to be like a consistent thing, like this has like consistently been like already happening, people are used to it, or if I want it to be like an emergent sort of thing, like, oh, these people are now just coming out of the woodwork, and they're like, kind of just very dangerous and like threats, and people are like, oh, I don't like that. So I'm just kind of wondering if I want to do, wondering what I want to do in that sense.
Welcome back to the Papa Me channel. How you doing? Come on and sit on down. Today we have an excruciating video. I decided to watch all of the Paranormal Activity Activity movies in one setting. I think everybody's at least seen a couple of the Paranormal Activity movies. I mean, when I went and saw Paranormal Activity in theaters in like 2008, 2009, whenever that was, it still is today probably the funnest, scariest movie theater experience I've ever had. And if you weren't there in that cultural kind of moment in history, I don't think a lot of people will know how absolutely massive this movie was. So today I'm going to rank all of them out of the 7 movies, and yes, there's 7. People say there's 8 because there's one called Tokyo Night, but that's not an official Paranormal Activity movie, so I'm just, watch that if you want, but I didn't include that in it. The Paranormal Activity franchise was all birthed from an indie film that blew up. And I feel like I wanted to rewatch it with all the success we've been seeing with some of the independent movies lately. Terrifier had a $200,000 budget. It grossed like 10 million, 12 million, 15 million, something like that. Pretty awesome. Skinamarink was made for like $7. It made like $1 billion. It was like a million. Paranormal Activity was made for like $10,000. It was shot in 7 days at like the director's house, and it grossed almost $200 million. I mean, we're talking huge overnight success, like pop culture phenomenon. Before, this is like MySpace era, when you'd go to somebody's profile and it would just be playing Escape the Fate, that one song that was like, that song, or it'd be playing Bubba Sparks, Big Blue Hoop, to my page. But this is like before viral marketing, and it was just the trailer of the original one. It was footage of people inside the theater, and it was so captivating. I was so excited I wanted to see it. And what started as like a little local.
Why is it so big? God damn, bro.
Attached to it. I think he tinkered with the ending, and then it became, oh, let's put it in a couple more theaters. Oh, now it's national. Oh, now it's global. It's pretty crazy to think. And that was born 7.
I'm about to crash out, bro. I'm about to crash out. Oh my god.
Okay. So let me just get this flat out there. Hopping around the different, we're not going in chronological order here. The intricate lore of the series is basically a family that's been plagued with a demon who wants to take over the body of a child. Every Paranormal Activity movie, every single one, maybe except, no, I'd still see it in the last one. The first 20 minutes of the film are going to be, let's show off every gadget we have so you know how things are getting recorded. And also, we're going to joke around. It's going to be, oh, come on. Stop pointing that camera at me. What are you doing? People joking around or whatever. And you maybe get one thing with, the first night might come in there and a door might barely move, but nothing really happens. The next hour of the movie is people sitting in beds, watching things slightly kind of move, people being very skeptical and don't really believe anything, even though it's like, dude, you saw the shit on camera. Why the fuck is anybody not just being like, let's stay at a church? Let's just camp out at a church for a couple days. So it's just like, well, I mean, God, what are we supposed to do? Believe in these wacky ghosts? Okay, I guess we'll do it tomorrow. Then it's just like, okay, tomorrow. And then the last 10 minutes, almost on cue, the last 10 minutes of every Paranormal Activity movie is the big crescendo ending. It's usually very uneventful. It's kind of stupid, and it's just like, and we're done. And that's how every Paranormal Activity movie is. So that's the structure. There's your roadmap of every Paranormal Activity movie. Coming in dead last, absolutely dead last, is Paranormal Activity 6, Ghost Dimension. Paranormal Activity 6 was one of the first ones where we deviated away from the normal cast of the first 3 to 4 movies. This is a new group of people, and they completely ruined everything that was fun about the Paranormal Activity movies. You know what's cool about these movies is that it's all imaginative. You don't ever see the demons or anything like that, because if you saw the demons, you'd be like, wow, that looks fucking stupid. And here, hey, newsflash, this was stupid. It's like a black, it looked like Venom, kind of. I thought I was going to see Peter Parker fucking swing in and start fighting this motherfucker. I mean, it was like literally strands of gooey smoke. Oh, they have a fancy camera, and it's like, with this, we're able to see all in different dimensions with this camera. And you see the gooey ghost, and it whips past the camera a bunch. And all the sound effects are super fucking annoying and over the top and stupid, which is a staple of the series, but still. So many screenshots of them being like, what the hell is this thing? And it looks like a deviant art ghost face that they have still and blurred. They're like, what? This looks like a face! Does it? Doesn't look like a face. No. I mean, all in all, it's just you don't care about any characters. The acting is terrible. It's like such a stupid, forgettable story. And also, by this point, we're 10 years into this movies, and the Paranormal Activity movies, you have to realize, follow the exact same script formula for each movie, and they don't deviate away from it until the last one. We'll get to that, but yeah, Ghost Dimension. I mean, there's a point in the movie where a portal opens up in the little girl's bedroom, and she just like she walks in and she dies. It's just so stupid. By this point, my God, let me tell you, 6 movies in with the same kind of like family and drama and whatever else, and now we have new characters that are finding mysterious tapes from the previous films. So tiresome. This movie was wow, and this is effectively what killed the franchise too. This movie basically killed the franchise, and then I think the next one didn't come out for 5 years, which up until this point, I think they came out every year, or basically every other year. So I think everyone was just like, okay, let's call it quits on this. I think we're good. So Paranormal Activity goes to mention Dead Last. Coming in at sixth place is Paranormal Activity. At this point in the film series, we are now once again deviated from the main course, and all of the weird little babies from before have now grown up. We get the autistic little boy named Theodore. He looks like a tater tot. He kind of looks Amish, weirdly enough. It's just weird. But the whole thing is he's the kid next door. You have a very charismatic lead actor. She's really great. But by this point in the franchise, people are using like new technology. Like the big gimmick in this one was they have an Xbox Connect. That's a rough piece of technology to use. That didn't age well. I'm pretty sure those were out for like what, a year before they became completely obsolete. But they have little dots on the wall. And it's supposed to be all scary. You can see stuff moving in there. It's just such a forgettable, who cares movie. And once again, the last 10 minutes are just chaotic nonsense of people screaming like, "Dad, help!" People getting thrown around, dumb old bitches walking around. The amount of times in this film franchise where it's just like hooded old women walking menacingly towards you, it's too much. The whole movie's just super forgettable, really annoying jump scares. It's just like, this one was such a pain to sit through. And also just all the comedy, where it's like, oh, I don't have to hit them if we have to record it. Why don't we fuck? Should we fuck? Come on, Derek, we're not going to do that. I think that's just gone in every one of the movies too. I'm trying to think about anything else to say. It's just such a forgettable movie. There's really nothing else. There's like a scene where one of the kitchen knives, you see it go up, and builds up the tension all nice. It takes forever, and then it throttles and lands in front of the dad, and it's been hanging up for like a day. Like I think like almost a day, which no one has seen a flushing knife apparently, just hanging up there for a day. And the dad's just like, what the hell? He's like yanking at it. He's like, oh, okay. And like the wife's all pissed off at him because the dick can't get hard anymore or something like that. He's just like, what the? And nothing happens. Imagine just all of a sudden a knife drops from the ceiling and I mean, wouldn't you be like, I think there's something wrong? I think there's something crazy going on. Also, my daughter's been bitching and complaining for like a month about ghost shit, and this happens. You don't do anything? Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's like, for me, it's sixth place. It's a rough one. Coming in at fifth place, almost getting to podium. Paranormal Activity 2, probably one of the most disappointing sequels I've ever seen in my life. Paranormal Activity 1 nails it so hard that Paranormal Activity 2 literally could have just kind of been a recreation of the first movie, and it is, but it's just like such a watered down version of everything. You can tell that immediately with all the craze, they're like, quick, make another movie, hurry, hurry. And in this rush, they forgot to put anything interesting in the movie, and it just follows whatever her name is. Who cares? Katie's sister. She has a baby, and they do like a weird thing where it's like, well, actually, if you start this movie before the first movie, and then you pause the first movie, go. It's like a weird like interjection time thing. It's like, part of the movie happens before the first movie, and then finishes after the first movie. Does that make sense? I don't know. Once again, baby stuff. Things are going weird. The only good thing that puts this kind of higher on the list is that the ending of the movie is so abrupt that it's really funny. You're like, oh wow, some interesting stuff is happening, and then all of a sudden, Katie from the first movie shows up. She snaps the dad's neck in a really funny way. Like he's like, and they use like a funny sound effect, and then Katie just walks upstairs. Her sister's holding the baby, and she just like force blasts her sister to the corner. And it's really funny. She walks in, she's like, Katie? Just force blast her. Like, force blast. You don't have to, like, yeah, she just kind of hits the wall and be like, oh, she's dead. Oh, okay. And then Katie just grabs the baby, which miraculously survived this force blast. And Katie takes her. The whole movie was just so bad. It almost was last on my list. It was almost last, but the force thing really it put it above the other two. I mean, it was so funny. But it also has the cheapest scare where it's like a bunch of shit where it's like stuff falling, like a pot falls. And then I remember seeing this in the movie theater and I was so pissed. This one came out 2009 or 2010. And I remember sitting in the movie theater and there's a part where she's sitting in the kitchen and like it's the most obnoxious jump scare. All the happens, the ship falls, opens at once, the girl screams, but it's mixed so high that it's just like, fuck you, dude. Like, that, what an annoying thing to do. Yeah, so fifth, Force Blast was really funny. If they would have had multiple Force Blasts in it, this might be, it might be number 3. I don't know. But yeah, Force Blast, pretty good. Coming in at 4th place is Paranormal Activity Next of Kin. This movie is so high on the list, or higher at least, because we get rid of all of the stupid lore that we've had to deal with the entire time, and now we're just like, oh, restart. Basically, this movie it was like Cloverfield Lane, where it's like, this doesn't really have anything to do with Cloverfield, but it just sold the movie with Cloverfield Lane, so people would, one, the studio would buy it, and 2, people would be like, oh, it's stupid, I don't know, let's go see it. This could have been any horror, like found footage horror movie, but they're like, hey, what if we threw Paranormal Activity or something? Oh, okay, I guess so. So, Paranormal Activity, fuck you, Next of Kin. That's kind of what it should have been called, because it's had nothing to do, even with like the previous like demon or anything. It's just kind of its own thing. And maybe this is supposed to be a soft reboot, but it's really bad. It's like really boring. It's shot at least a little better, but it doesn't answer the age-old question of like, why are you filming? That's like the biggest thing with found footage horror films. I know a lot of people have gripes with this. Like, why are you still filming this? Why are you still holding an industrial camera and being like, what's going on? Like stabilizing your shot and running. This one, it's a person is trying to find her mom, but her mom is from an Amish village or something. Wouldn't you know, the mom ran away with the baby because the woman was subject to a demon transfer or something. It's just so tiring. This is the last movie I have to watch. I mean, it's number 4 on the list, you know. So, but you know, you get a creepy dungeon thing where they like go down. It's like a feeding pit thing. So there's that. I don't know. It was just kind of refreshing. Not
Come on, we're good.
stupid fucking things that they like built on. It felt like just a different movie, so I think that's why I was like, no, I don't fuck with this. What about